This is the video note taker for parallel and perpendicular lines. I want you to open up the side that says parallel first. We're going to take a look at these graphs. So first let's look at line AB. We see that we've got a y-intercept at 2, 1, 2, and we have a slope. Let's see, if we go from A to B, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over 1, 2, 3. So we have a slope of 4/3, that's M, and then we have a y-intercept, B, of 2. So my equation for AB is y equals 4/3 x plus 2. Now let's look at CD. Here I have a y-intercept of -2. You see right there, C is at -2. And if we count from C up to D, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3. So again, our slope is a positive 4/3. So the equation for CD is y equals 4/3 x minus 2. So you can see here they have different y-intercepts, but they have the same slope. Let's check on these two, EF and GH. So EF has a y-intercept of 1, so B equals 1, and it has a slope of down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So its M is -1 over 4. The equation then for EF is y equals -1 over 4 x plus 1. And the equation for GH, let's try to figure that one out now. So G is at -2, so this one has a B of -2, and it has a slope of down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So its slope is -1 over 4. The equation then is y equals -1/4 x minus 2. Are there any other patterns you can see with these two equations? So you should be able to see that they both have, again, the same slope. E and F are both -1/4, but they have different y-intercepts. This one's 1, this one's -2. So we're going to write down a few notes now on this side. I want you to note that if two lines in the same plane have the same slope, then they are parallel. So if we look back at our examples, AB and CD had the same slope, and they are parallel. EF and GH had the same slope, and they are also parallel. The converse of this statement is also true. If two lines in the same plane are parallel, then they have the same slope. So if we were to look at just the graphs first, these two have the same slope, or they're both parallel, right? These are both parallel. So they must then have the same slope. So either you are given the equations, you see that they both have the same slope, you know that they must be parallel, or you see two parallel lines, and then you know that they must have the same slope. So the big thing to remember with parallel lines is same slope means parallel. Okay? If any of that confused you, please rewind and look back. So now we're going to look at the perpendicular part. So let's take a look at these lines. AB. So AB has a y-intercept of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that's going to be our B. Its slope is up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 2. So its m is equal to, let's double check that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 2. We can reduce that to m equals 3. So for our AB, we know y equals 3x plus 5. Let's take a look at CD. It has a y-intercept of 1, and it has a slope of down 1 over 1, 2, 3. So its slope is m equals negative 1 over 3. Y equals negative 1 over 3x plus 1 is the equation for CD. Do you notice anything between these slopes? Let's take a look at the next two. EF has an intercept of negative 1 and a slope of up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So y equals 1/4 x minus 1. GH has a y-intercept of 1, 2, 3, 4 and a slope of down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over 2. So it's m equals negative 8 over 2, and that reduces to negative 4. Y equals negative 4x plus 4. Do you notice anything between these two slopes? You should be able to see that 3 to negative 1/3, first of all, 3 and 1/3 are reciprocals of one another. If we were to flip this fraction over, it would be 3 over 1. So remember the word reciprocal. But this one's positive and this one's negative. So we see that it is the opposite reciprocal. Opposite meaning it changes signs. The same goes for this set of perpendicular lines. 1/4 to negative 4. If we flip over 1/4, we get 4 over 1, which is 4, and then we have to do the opposite sign, which is negative 4. So we can take some notes here. We can say that if two lines in the same plane have slopes that are opposite, reciprocals, then they are perpendicular. If two lines are perpendicular, then their slopes are negative or opposite reciprocals. So the converse of this statement, if two lines in the same plane have slopes that are opposite reciprocals, then they are perpendicular, is also true. If two lines in the same plane are perpendicular, then their slopes are opposite reciprocals. So the big thing to remember is opposite reciprocal goes to perpendicular. I'm going to run out of room. You get the idea. So the last thing I'd like you to note is that sometimes you will see words not spelled out to represent parallel and perpendicular. You're just going to see symbols. For parallel, the symbol is 2 parallel lines. For perpendicular, it is 2 lines that look like they make a 90-degree angle. Okay, that completes the notes for parallel and perpendicular lines. Tomorrow you will do an in-class activity exploring more with this. Hope you have a good night.